So today Nintendo has announced that they are discontinuing the NES Classic in North America. Unfortunate. Very unfortunate. A lot of people still want one. You know, this video, we're going to go over a couple things real quick, I guess, but a little rant on that. It sucks. There are definitely other options out there. That's what I want to talk about. But for those who really want that NES Classic and couldn't get one since November 11th, you've hustled, you've tried your hardest to get one, and it's just, these scalpers are just killing it, man, just killing it. Anything that's hot, they just kill it, and it usually goes on for a little while, but it's been going on for what? December, January, 4 or 5 months. Just kind of sucks. Very hard to get. Some people get lucky, right place, right time, or they're utilizing, the brickseek.com or Now in Stock, or the other, there's other websites out there where you can keep tabs on the stock at Target and Walmart and whatnot, and see if they got a shipment in, then hustle your butt down there and go get one. That's just where it's at. This month is going to be crazy going into early next month, I would assume. Last shipments are going to be this month, and it's already pretty much the middle of the month. It's going to be a hustle. These scalpers are going to be on top of it even bigger than they were before, because that bank that you're going to be able to get scalping those things is just going to be intense. The prices are going to go even higher. I don't even know what they are at now, but I have the US release one, and I have the European version, and then I do have the Japanese version with the little tiny ass controllers. This one's for toddlers. If you're a grown man, these little controllers, they should be this size, but they're about half this size. Still cool. I bought them because I like Nintendo stuff. Never, don't have the desire to scalp any of this stuff, get extra money on them. I paid retail for all 3 of those, and I bought them for myself. No intention of trying to sell them. People who do buy them to resell them, I can't really hate on you, because it is a free market. You can do what you want. You can resell. If people are going to pay the price, they're going to pay it. But there's so many people out there, and I've seen it, that really want one and can't get one. We have options out there. If you really want to go hustle and try to get one this month, go for it. I put my little hustle on to get mine. I got the US version the day it came out. Quick little story on that as far as scalpers go. The night before, I went to the Walmart down the street from my house, go peep out the situation. Went to electronics department, asked those guys, hey, what time are you selling them? How many do you got? So they tell me we're going to sell them at 8 a.m. in the morning, even though they're 24 hours. They were instructed to not sell them till 8, and that they were going to have 24 units. I'm like, okay, sweet. I had called GameStop as well, asked them, hey, what time do you guys open? They open at 11, and they were going to have 11 of them available. So I'm like, what the heck, only 11? They probably got 12 and the manager kept one. Who cares? Whatever. But GameStop was going to have 11. Walmart was going to have 24. So I'm like, sweet. Didn't anticipate the crazy demand on these things. I should have. But I went to Walmart like 6:30 in the morning, hustled my big ass down that aisle, almost running to get over there. And I see a whole huge line of people. And I'm like, oh my God, wait a minute. They said they had 24. Let me count how many people are in line. So I count real quick. I'm like, sweet, there's 16 people in line. So they still got 8 spaces available, and they're only selling 1 per person. Sweet. So I'm getting in line, and people are like, oh man, the line's cut off. They only have 16 of them. I'm like, wait, what? They told me they had 24 of them last night. And then people in line start telling me, well, this is what happened. They said they weren't selling them till 8 in the morning, but some jackass in the department sold a handful of them, sold 8 of them at midnight to his buddies. I don't know if that guy lost his job, but come on, man. That was just ridiculous. I don't know if they were scalpers or what. It doesn't really matter, but, I was like, okay. GameStop said they were going to have 11. I drove past GameStop before I went to Walmart, and there's one dude sitting there. One dude. So I drive past back there, and there's still only one guy there. I'm like, yes. But I'm like, crap, I have to go home. My wife has to go to work. I have 3 kids that were out of school that day for the holiday, for Veterans Day. I'm like, let me go grab my kids, grab their little chairs, get some snacks, get their Nintendo, their 2DSs ready. Let's roll out. So I get my kids. We hustle down the GameStop. Still just one dude. I'm like, what's going on here? Maybe because they're opening at 11, Walmart was doing it at 8, so everybody hustled to Walmart. And typically, Target's open at like 8 or 9 in the morning, so I figured, there's no Target anywhere near where I'm at. They're the closest one's like 45-minute drive. Unfortunately, I really like Target, but beside the point. So I figured, you know what? People are at Targets. They're going to Walmart's because they open earlier. I'm going to get lucky in GameStop. Get to GameStop, hit up the dude in line. I'm like, hey, bro, are you holding spots for anybody? He says, nope, not holding spots for anyone. I'm like, sweet. So I get in line, set up my kids. We're chilling, eating our snacks, playing our Nintendo, 3DSs, 2DSs or whatever. Now, let's, fast forward a little bit. It's after 8 o'clock. This guy, his wife or girlfriend, and 2 kids show up. And they go straight to the front of the line where this fool was sitting. And I'm like, wait a minute, he said he wasn't holding space for nobody. But then I think, oh no, it's cool. Each one of these people had a Nintendo Classic that they just picked up from Walmart, and they're bragging about it, showing them off. Ooh, look, we each got one. Wow, really? The family needs one each? I guess, okay, whatever. No big deal. But they all devised that they're going to get in line behind us, and there was already a couple more people behind me that they're going to get in line and buy another one each. And they're going on bragging about how these things are going to be worth so much money. They've already seen, people selling them on the East Coast and whatnot. And I'm just like, these jackasses, man, that ain't cool. That's not cool. You already got one each. You took spaces in line at Walmart, which, more power to you. You got in line. You did your thing. But now you're jumping to other stores and hoarding these things. So that was like not cool at all, I mean, it's America, free market, do what you want, resell, however you want to do it. That's great and spiffy. But these guys, we had to turn, people away, little kids with their moms and stuff, like, hey, they only got 11. We've already got 11 people in line. That was nonstop for a couple hours, just constantly turning people away. And obviously they're not going to believe, people in line. So once employees started getting there, they're like, yep, we got 11. This is it. Line's cut off. So that was my story. Just sucks, but it's going to be even worse the rest of this month. But obviously, if you want to be into retro gaming and you don't care about necessarily having the official Nintendo product and you want just as good, if not better, Raspberry Pi. Raspberry Pi, baby. You just need one of these guys, Raspberry Pi 3, computer. Get yourself a controller. Get yourself a little microsd card. Check out some of my previous videos. If you're new to this game, check out, there's plenty of other people out there doing tutorials and whatnot. I'm providing images for people. I'm providing tutorials on how to get started. In the future, I will be doing even more tutorials on basics, because a lot of my tutorials are more like really deep into, getting into some spiffy, crazy stuff. But a lot of people also want tutorials on like, hey, where do I start step by step by step? I'm new to this. I don't know what to do. And for those guys, I want to provide some tutorials saying, hey, this is where you start. This is the baby steps to get this bad boy running. It's not complicated. By no means, it's not complicated. I do have images out there that you would write to your micro SD card, pop it in the bad boy, put in your control configuration, very simple stuff, and you're good to go up in gaming with thousands of games instead of the simple 30 games that are on these systems, which it's great. The value's cool, $60 if you can get one for retail. You can hack the system and put the complete NES library on there. You can put Super Nintendo, you can put a few different things, since people have been hacking this, and that's cool. But for the same price, or around the same price of $60, if you're just considering retail, you can get yourself a Raspberry Pi 3. Typically I always link to these kits. It comes with a power supply, the computer, a couple heat sinks. That's about $40. You can get a case to put the guy in for anywhere between $5 to $10 for a basic case. There are more expensive ones out there. Typically, this is the official case made for it. These usually are around $6, $7, but you can find them cheaper, different versions and whatnot. So you're sitting at not even 50 bucks with the case. Get yourself a micro SD card, 16 gigabytes. You're still gonna get thousands of games on there. 32 gigabytes, just keep going up. You're gonna slam this bad boy out with PlayStation, Dreamcast, every system. But even 16 or 32 gigabyte cards, which you can get, for under $10 up to like 15. Usually 32 gigabyte cards, I don't spend no more than $15 on. So you're sitting there at, about 60, 65 bucks with thousands of games. And these bad boys, you could plug in your old Xbox 360 controllers. You could plug in, these iBuffalo controllers. You can use Bluetooth control, all sorts of stuff, man. So all I'm saying is NES Classic. If you got to go out there and get one, it's going to be difficult. Hope the best of luck to you. If you can't get one, check us out on YouTube. Everybody who's showing videos on these bad boys and what to do. But where it's at, the RetroPie, Raspberry consoles, don't care about the NES Classic because these guys are beasts compared to it. That's all I gotta say. Subscribe if you're not a subscriber. Check out my content. Hope you guys appreciate everything. I'm gonna continue trying to help everybody out the best I can, getting you set up into your retro classic gaming. And I will catch you guys next time. Thank you. And